You decided to go into the space of writing a book, and really this is for children. It is called Where Did Grandma Go? Explain why you wanted to delve into this topic of grief.
Well, the inspiration came from personal loss. I lost someone very close to me that was very near and dear to me, my beautiful mother, Millicent. And I remember struggling to explain that kind of grief to the younger people in my life, for example, my young niece, Monet. And I just wanted to create something that offered comfort, connection, and a spiritual sense of peace because she would literally ask the question, where did grandma go? And I didn't want it to just be for kids, but for anyone navigating that kind of loss and that sense of heartbreak. This book is really my love letter to the idea that even though someone is gone physically, their presence, their energy, and their love, it truly never goes away.
Do you feel like this is a topic that maybe, isn't really talked about much? I haven't seen many books that really talk about explaining it to children in a fun, creative way that's easy to understand. Have you gotten some good feedback saying like, hey, we really needed this?
I've got a lot of great feedback like that. And it's so funny you mention that because that's what really sparked my interest in writing this book. And when I went to go find tools and things to help my niece explain it in a way that wasn't just like, oh, the finality of it, because I focused on the wonder rather than the finality. Children are naturally curious and incredibly intuitive. They can, sense a lot of things. So I use gentle language and imagery that opens up the possibility of connection rather than closing a door. And so I've had people share with me that they lost their grandfather or they lost their father or their mother and they didn't know how to explain it to their children. So they bought the book and they had this kind of cross-generational moment where, the story is less about what's lost and more about what still remains, that memory, that love, and signs that remind us that they're still with us in some way.
Let me ask you this. We don't want to give everything away in the pages of the book, but anyone that's watching right now, what can they expect if they buy this book? What's kind of like the walk through the journey?
You know, to me, it's the question we all ask, whether we're 50 or 5 or 100. I want you to take away that whatever loss looks like to you, it could hold that ache of absence, but I also want you to have the possibility of belief that maybe, just maybe, they've gone somewhere beautiful and maybe they're still loving us from here. That love maintains, it should sustain us. It's a question that lives in our hearts, not just the head, it's the knowing. I know my mother is still with me. I know that my mom still mothers me. My mom will come out in my laugh when I'm laughing. I'm like, whoa, my mother just jumped out. Or when I look at myself in the mirror, I'll see her. It's like she's staring back at me. Her words will pop in. I'm going to tell myself. The other day I went to get a sweet treat. It was like 11 o'clock at night, and I heard my mother loud as day saying, do we need to eat that right now? Do we need that? She's still here, right? And so I think that those are the beautiful moments that I still treasure, and I still have that love maintains.
That gives you the chills, yeah, because
Yeah.
those people are still definitely with you. Do you have the book with you by any chance? And can you show us the cover of it?
I don't have it on me. I'm so sorry. I'm traveling right now. I want to really encourage you all to go to atascabooks.com. It is a beautiful, beautiful book that I'm so proud of. And while I don't have it on me, my mistake, it is available for purchase right now on atascabooks.com. And I'm so honored to have collaborated with Haley Cleary on it. She was an amazing illustrator, and I'm just so happy I got to chat with her.
Well, that's a great tease then, if
It
you don't
is.
have it with you now. People will look it up.
Yeah, they will. Let me ask you this. A lot of people, they go through this experience of loss, of grief, and they kind of stay there for a while. How did you find yourself enough courage to really get out of that place to then be inspired to write a book?
I think one of the beautiful things about like my relationship with spirituality is I believe it's rooted in love. I believe that I need to have the human experience and go through all of my grief. And I still grieve. Grief is forever. As long as I have life in my body and, the ability to live this day to day, I will forever grieve my mother. And so with what I have now is the belief that love is eternal, that it transcends time and space and that she's always with me. And so I want to really just get that message across for anyone who's struggling, that joy and grief can coexist. They can both live together. And so that's a really huge message I want to leave you with.
Yeah, we were just looking at the cover. You're absolutely right. It is beautiful. And obviously people need to go get it because it is a really tough topic to talk about with children and really anybody. I think all people handle grief. We always say that different people handle grief differently. And I know, like for me, it's very difficult for me to handle grief, funerals, any of that. I do not handle that well. So I know I'm not the person to try to explain it to a child, because if I'm not handling it well, how do you deliver that message to a child?
You know, what was your niece's reaction to reading it for the first time? Do you feel like it really helped her through?
Sorry, you froze there for a little bit.
Am I back?
Yeah,
you're back.
Ahead,
you're back. You're back and rocking.
Yes.
I'm gonna let you finish.
The joy of internet. Yes, her reaction, she was very collaborative. She wanted to give feedback on the entire book, her hair, how she looked, how her skirt, her room. She was very, very hands-on in the process.
And let me ask you this, how did that book help you handle your own grief?
Oh, I remember telling my mom that I wanted to write a book, and she always encouraged me to write. She told me to write. She always told me to write. And while I didn't imagine that it would be in this capacity, my mom was my co-writer throughout every step of the way. And I think that for me, being able to still feel her, to sense her. I remember one day I was having a heavy grief moment, and I was crying, and this is going to give you chills. I was crying, and I see my sister's name pop up on my phone, and it was my niece on the other end. She goes, "Why are you crying? It's gonna be okay." Chills. The knowing that my mother continues to mother me, she continues to protect me, and that I will be okay. Grief and joy can truly coexist.
Yeah, and I'm sure your mother would be very proud of you. She did a great job in raising you, so I know she would be very proud. It's been a pleasure speaking with you, and we hope everyone watching out there goes and get your book.